Welcome back to Lecture 2. In this lecture, we'll be dealing with the experiencing of life wholeheartedly in the now. Self-actualized people, or SA people, if there's one thing that they have in common across cultures, across time, it's that they throw themselves unreservedly into every experience that comes their way. They're fully taken up in the present moment. They just don't hold back. They enter into the moment, even if it's not a particularly enjoyable moment. They concentrate on the experience of what is happening in the now to the exclusion of everything else. They don't think, well, this could be better, or, gee, I wish I was somewhere else, doing something else, with somebody else. No, they see each moment as being perfect in its own way. They understand that not every moment is going to be blissfully enjoyable. Life is about experiencing ups and downs. Some moments are going to be better than others. But SA people implicitly realize that the now moment is actually the only moment in which they can be fully alive. Just think about that for a moment. Now is the only time you can be fully alive. If you're thinking about the past, you are not really experiencing anything more than a memory. If you're thinking about the future, you're anticipating something that hasn't happened yet. In both cases, the past and the future is not real. The only reality is what is going on right now. So by entering fully into that now moment, you are opening the door to self-actualization. Look at it from an investment point of view. We all know that we get back or we receive to the extent that we contribute. So by investing fully in the now moment, you receive from that moment in equal measure. In other words, you get back from the world what you have first put into it. And in this way, you heighten the experience of that moment. There's a strong correspondence here with the Buddhist practice of mindfulness. In this practice, you're fully present in the now moment. Now, I must emphasize, Buddhism is not a religion as such, because it doesn't recognize a monotheistic God. It's simply a philosophy or a psychology of life. That is how I see Buddhism. So in the now moment, your heightened awareness allows you to then fully experience that moment on the understanding that every moment is the best moment. That's the watchword here. Every moment is the best moment. It's the best moment because it's the only moment of reality. Mindfulness is cultivated then by observing your own mind. It leads you to dwell in the present, and as I say, it's the only time and place where you can actually experience life. By observing your own mind, you're actually using a higher level of cognition that is possible due to the presence of the recently evolved part of the human brain, the neocortex, the frontal cortex. These allow you to step back from what you are thinking and observe yourself. So if you think about it, this is a new dimension of thought. There's the you that is thinking the thoughts, then there's the aspect of you that is observing yourself thinking those thoughts. An important element of this present moment awareness is to have a judgment-free mindset. Judgment, or being judgmental, creates categories. It imposes values. It categorizes things into good or bad. A polarity of goodness or badness. And we can get so lost in those thought processes of judgment that we're no longer experiencing the reality of the moment. Instead, we're involved in a construct of values and judgments, a rather tangled mental construct. So being fully aware, SA people understand then that life is a series of moment-by-moment choices between safety and risk. So that safety out of a fear and the need for defense, and risk for the sake of progress and growth. Bear in mind, you cannot grow if you never take yourself out of your comfort zone. You need to take yourself out of that comfort zone every day. Now, I'm not suggesting you take up a risky lifestyle. Risk is a calculated thing. Look at risk, evaluate it. If you decide that it's relatively safe, it's a calculated risk, then by all means step out of your comfort zone into the now moment where you can experience and hopefully enjoy life as it is happening to you, even if it's a somewhat unpleasant experience. You can still find something interesting, enjoyable, something to learn from in that moment. Every moment contains something worthwhile if you look for it. So join me in the next lecture, in which we talk about how your primary reality is a rich inner life.